Hi guys, Karis here, and today is June the 12th, 2014. Tonight is the full moon, and the time of the full moon is going to be 8:13 p.m. Pacific. So that would make it 11:13 p.m. Eastern. And that's all in US time zone. So look at your time calculator and see when it is for you, or you can just look at various sites online that tell you exactly when the full moon is. So this full moon's focus video is going to be about conserving and directing your energy. And you could call it chi, you could call it life force, you could call it focus, all these different ways you can think of the energy that flows through you, that flows through your mind, that flows through your actions, and then that flows through your world, creating what's around you. Because we often think that we are in a world that's not us, but actually what we experience is kind of a reality that coalesces around us as the center. That's why if you even look at studies of eyewitnesses, everybody's memory is actually different because people actually experience different things because everything comes to you through your filter, but also through law of attraction and stuff like that. You create things out of your filter too. So it's not just a one-way street. You're acting on the universe, it's reflecting back to you, and on and on and on. So the reason I even do these full moon and new moon videos is because just like the tides of the ocean rise and lower, so when the moon is full, I guess that bird wanted to put something in there. When the moon is full, the ocean tides are high. The tide is in. The water is expanded. It's just bigger. It's up. And then when the moon is new or dark, it's down. And if you have ever heard of police reports or emergency rooms or things in psych units, stuff like that, during the full moon, things are just happening. Things are just going crazy. This is not a good or a bad thing. It just means the energy is heightened. Even in high school, I would always know when it was the full moon, even before I knew about any of this esoteric, magical stuff. I would be able to feel it because I would just feel this antsy feeling inside, and I would go, I bet it's a full moon. And then sure enough, it would be. So we can feel it, so we might as well use it. So when the tides rise and lower of the water, it's also the same as energy, just all kinds of energy. So what we can do is kind of jump on that and use it to make manifestations. And so the purpose of these videos is to tell you guys what I'm getting, and if you are in line with it, then use it for your own intentions as well. One thing to do tonight is to set out all your crystals in a place that the full moon can charge them up. It's kind of like plugging them into the outlet of the universe. The full moon energy really brings up crystalline energy. There are some that you can charge the moon and the sun. Most of them you can, but when in doubt, check and see, because there are a few crystals that will bleach in the sun, things like that. But pretty much all of them you can charge the moon and you're not going to hurt anything. It's going to be good. So you can either grid them, like put them in some kind of geometrical formation that just occurs to you as you lay them out, or you can just set them out somewhere that the moonlight will shine directly on them tonight, and that will be helpful. Also, if you see this video when the moon's still reasonably big, you can do it as well. It's not an all or nothing kind of thing. It's a tide, so it comes and goes. So you can still jump on it, whenever. Okay, so the full moon focus for this time is going to be, like I said, conserving and directing your energy, because it's not just the full moon, it's the full moon right before the summer solstice, which is on June 21st, and that means all of the active energy shining on this planet from the sun, and the sun is one of the animating forces of this planet. There's also other stuff going on, but the sun directs weather, temperature, crops, growth, life. If we don't get enough sun, we're not vibrant and we don't have as much vitality and all that kind of stuff. So at the peak of the sun being high, things are super intense, and there are a bunch of solar flares going off, those weird emotions that you might be feeling, that weird antsiness for no reason. And Mercury's in retrograde, which I've done a video on before, but just means that things are kind of inconvenient and you're going to get stuff coming up to challenge you and see where your presence is and whether you are lucid or not. So the thing to do this full moon is to make sure that you're thinking about what you need to be thinking about to further your goals. Now, whether that's in your career, in relationships, in creative work, in life process, whatever it is, what I've found during this period is that lots of things are very distracting. There's lots of stuff going on. It's like white noise in the universe just all the time. And so it's very easy to get distracted and get off task. But this is a very high time for manifestation and for dealing with what we want to create. So if we're getting off task and scattering ourselves everywhere, it's like we have this bubble of energy that is us, and we're just like looping it around everything and sending it everywhere. So what you want to do is bring it in and direct it. And that really just means focus on the task at hand while you're doing it. And if you think, oh no, I've got too much stuff to do, then make a list. You can just take 30 seconds, make a little list, and while you're on each task, focus only on the task at hand, okay? So what this does in an esoteric, more energy, magical, multidimensional sense is it makes sure that your chi, your life force, that not only flows through you, but it also powers all those things that are reflecting back from you from the universal, like, hologram screen. And it will invigorate just stuff you want. But if you let your mind wander, or if you stress out, or engage in drama, or things like that, you're going to be feeding that stuff more than normal right now, because not only is it you flowing, it's the solar flares, it's the sun, it's the Mercury retrograde, and it's the full moon energy. So what you want to do if you are an energy worker and you like to think about it like that is really pay attention to where your energy is all flowing and only direct it to where you want to send it. This is also an excellent time to make intentions about just what you want to create. Now, if you're a more logical person, all that you need to worry about is what you're focusing on and what your actions are doing. So try to, if you have a task, if it's for work or if it's for art or creativity or even travel or whatever, try to only think about what you're doing while you're doing it and not let your mind go and make a ton of processing stuff or do planning or do brainstorming. Do what you're doing when you're doing it. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful moth that just landed right above the camera. Confirmation, transformation. That's what moths are. It's really lovely too. Okay, anyway, so just make sure that you are conserving, so you're not flinging it off in any direction, and then channeling and directing your energy, your focus, your chi, your life force, your manifestation. And if you do that, I really think that you're going to have an easier and more productive upcoming season, the rest of summer and the fall and stuff. And if you don't, it's not like the world's going to end. You're fine. You don't have to do any of this stuff. But this is just what I've gotten and what I'm going to do and what I've been directed to tell you guys about as well. So let's see, upcoming things. Oh, my Living Your Life Purpose class is about to start on the 15th. There are only a few days left to register for that. I'm going to shut it down on the 14th like I always do, day before class starts. And I have a Teen Goddess class coming up. I have the Goddess Oracle Card Summer Solstice Workshop in Los Angeles. And this weekend I'm kind of doing a little goddess junta just with some friends at a hot springs nearby, so I'm pretty excited about that. Need to go and soak out some stuff and soak in some stuff. Anyway, definitely enjoy the full moon. It's going to be really beautiful tonight. It's been very bright the past few nights, so I'm really excited about how it's going to just purely look and also how it's going to feel. So go in peace, much love, and I will see you guys on the astrals.